Yeah, hey, you tell them heaven is my destination. Until I reach there, I'm teaching this kingdom education. Hey, don't be scared to lay your hands on the sick. And don't be scared to cast the devil out quick. Cause your obedience will unlock a miracle though. Don't act hysterical, radical, born again fully, yes, evangelical. Hey, my commitment is consistent in my Father's work. How can you say that you a Christian if you not at work? Your temporary Sunday's not enough. Everyday life revivals and everyday life for us, yo. I kick your less by having titles in the church. Cause serving hood's the only hood I'm repping on this earth. I'm feeling new though, man, I ain't no different than you. I'm just like you though. Call upon the name of the Lord to see what he do though. Watching things from heaven's perspective is a better view though. Jesus is the truth, he's the truth. Hey, I'm willing to be misunderstood for the gospel I preach. I'm willing to be misunderstood by my partners in peace. They might not understand the reason I submitted to Jesus. Mr. Preacher in your speaker, hope it's Christ when they see me. I bring my Bible with me everywhere, revival with me everywhere, kingdom music everywhere, spread the music everywhere. Headshot, red dot, hit Satan in his dome. Hey, earth is temporary, tell him heaven is my home. Transformation, new creation, now it's like brand new. They always ask me, how you know that's true? It's what I tell them, look, you know it's real, man, when the crib red. You know it's real though, when the blood wet blue. You know it's true. They turned my father's house into a store of merchandise. The greedy pastor said, I hope you brought your purse tonight. With such observant eyes, he watched what every person buys. Don't let the gospel be verbalized or commercialized. Hey, I said they flatter the rich. They take advantage of the poor and then they gather your clicks. Look, your partiality reminds me of some Satanism. If you gon' love, you better love without some favoritism. A building full of demons, church is turned into a daycare. They should teach you deliverance. If not, you shouldn't stay there. You don't study, you don't preach. Man of God, you've been warned. Only passion that you have is a desire to perform. Hey, see, I refuse to be a people pleaser. How can you lead the people always trying to please the people? Intercede for me and mine, Jesus, come free my people. That's how I feed the people, please don't follow evil. Even Jesus came to stick up for the stick up kid. You don't need no blicky, put that blick up, don't you give up, kid. See the dust you used to kick up, you got mixed up in. See how sin can make you sick, ain't you sick of sin? Hey, California hotel could lead you straight to hell. Doing 90 on the freeway, then they throw you in a cell. Look, the narrow road, I pray one day you find. It's KMF forever, forever, this kingdom mine. Hey, I remember singing la da da da. Don't bring that over here, I'll be like nah 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 nah. It's God on my side, hope it's God you decide. When you give your life to Jesus, you fully can come alive. Yo, my resurrected king, you know what resurrecting mean? Don't speak death upon my dream. I'm like, death, where's your sting? From Genesis to Exodus, the best is yet unseen. The less I feed my flesh, the less the mess I have to clean up. Ain't life with Jesus, man, I promise it's better with. Look at this legacy my twin brother left me with. Yeah, it's only right I pass the mantle to my nephew. Hey, Lil Brandon, show these steppers how you step. KMF,
hey, diamond in the rough, an example. From my uncle, I got you, I'll help you carry the mantle. I want no bonus like Jeremiah, the preacher among the nation. Or Jonah in Nineveh, I just know I gotta be patient. Study to show yourself approved and apply when trouble near. Study to show yourself approved when the devil in your ear. Can't be comfortable where you at, you gotta get out that box. Don't let the devil knock you to the bottom like the rock. Ay, bro, tell me what it is. Man, I'm trying to make a change. Want some changes in your pocket, want victory, call his name. What you talking, call on who? My pockets on E to C's. Ay, that's decent, wisdom better than presidents. I'm saying call on G's. Ay, but who though? Man, I ain't no different than you. I'm just like you though. Call upon the name of the Lord and see what he do though. S&B my G, S&D better view though. Jesus is the truth. I wanna do right, gotta do right. God's in my life, and God's in my life. Don't worry about me, hey baby, believe me, we gon' be alright. Man, we done gave our life to Christ and he done changed our life. I wanna do right, we trying to do right. God's in my life, God's in my life. Don't worry about me, hey baby, believe me, we gon' be alright. Man, we done gave our life to Christ and he done changed our life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about that time, you already know. Turn the speakers up, man, it's time to start the show. John, Tanner, Ryan, Righteous, DJ, Jeremiah. We bringing the heat, man, this joint be fire like, bruh. We in the field, we in the field, bruh. We in the field, we in the field. Just put it in work, we raising the bar. You tuned in to the Trackstarz.
All right, back in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right. Make sure you go and check out Nectar, nectardistro.com. Get your music out to the world. Keep 100% of your royalties. Keep 100% of your rights. This is an opportunity for you to really get out there and showcase your talent to the world. So make sure you go out and experience the Nectar distro now.
All right, so, man, sad news. I don't know if you guys have seen this Tyre Nichols situation, but it's really, really sad story. I don't know about y'all, but after the George Floyd one, I can't watch the entire video. I saw enough to get the gist of it, but then I was like, I'm straight. Yeah. But it's kind of been an interesting week. It's been a little bit of a theme that I've noticed, and we noticed before the show started, and kind of want to talk about it because what's interesting about this particular case is that the officers involved in this were black. So if you're old enough to remember the Rodney King incident, the officers were white and they got off. Yeah. That's what started the riots, and that was led up to a lot of key moments in history. This one is black. Officers have already been terminated, and
they got processed, but then I think they got out. Somebody
out on bail, maybe.
Out on bail, yeah.
Okay. So the story beats are a little different, but again, it's kind of the same old story. So your boy, Jason Whitlock, he chimed in, and he's his voice is going around. So we wanted to react to it. I haven't seen the whole clip, so let's see what Jason Whitlock says.
I would examine the racial element of this, because there is a racial element. And this is a story about young black men and their inability to treat each other in a humane way. Everybody involved in this on the street level was either 24 to 32 years old. Everybody. It was a group of young black men, 5-on-1. Looked like gang violence to me. It looked like what young black men do when they're supervised by a single black woman. And that's what they got going on in the Memphis Police Department. They've elected or put some black woman in charge of the police force. And we're getting the same kind of chaos and disunity and violence that we see in a lot of these cities that are run by single mothers. If we want to discuss the breakdown of family that leads to disrespect for authority, that causes you to resist the police and run from the police and not comply with the police because you resist authority at all time, because there was no male authority in your home, let's have that discussion. But that's not where they want to take us. They want to take us down the path of saying, you know what, this is Tucker Carlson's fault. This is some random white, this is Donald Trump's fault. It's not. It's the breakdown of family and the buying in to all these left-wing things that have nothing to do with promotion.
All right, so yeah, that's your boy Jason. He normally kind of plays the role of critiquing black culture and kind of like how do you describe what he does?
Well, he used to do sports commentary, and then they kicked him off Fox Sports 1, which that's funny because they kicked him off Fox Sports, and then he's kind of like now he does sports and political stuff. But he's very conservative thought and very against the grain, I would say, against the grain.
He always finds a way to say the exact thing that makes a lot of black people mad.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think of Mr. Whitlock's take on the issue here?
Well, so, the one thing that stood out to me in that conversation was these were 5 African-American men, all between the age of 24 and 32, right? Which, makes me think about, I don't know if anybody, I would hope that if you're of age to, be aware of what's going on in our country, you've gone back and you've watched a documentary or you've at least seen footage of the Rodney King beating, right? that footage just did something to me when I watched it, to the point where I feel like if you have experienced that or you were old enough to remember that, these 5 men who did that wouldn't have been able to take it that far. You know what I mean? Like, to me it feels like they just weren't aware of what they were doing to another person of their own community. You know what I mean? Like, but if you had seen the Rodney King footage and you know lived to the point where you experienced that, you would know, ease up, pull back. There's one, first of all, consequences that you're going to face that those officers in the Rodney King situation didn't face, but there's also, you know, so much more at stake here. You know what I mean? Like taking another life, body cam footage, dash cam footage. Like, there's so much that you gotta stop and think about the consequences of on both sides, and that's what I took from Jason Whitlock when he talked about, like, this is young men who, you know, were just kind of like put out there. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like they should have had better training than this. This is not, you know, protecting and serving your community.
Well, he thinks it's single black women running cities.
And I totally disagree with that. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. I think that's like that's a scapegoat. You know what I mean? Like, when he said people are blaming Donald Trump, people are blaming Tucker Carlson, that's the dumbest statement you can make. Nobody is talking about that. You know what I mean? Like, why would you blame Donald Trump for this situation? How could you? This is definitely something this is a disconnect between standard operating procedure, right? And the community, you know, a misunderstanding of what was actually happening in that situation. This young man wasn't violent. He wasn't trying to, like, if you watch the video, you see how many times he tried to calm down the officers. Okay, all right, cool. I'm on the ground. I'm laying down. It was the way they spoke to him, the way they treated him, and the force. Now, I really wish that he hadn't got up and ran. But my mom pointed out to me that he was running for his life. He's probably thinking in my mind, if I don't try to get away, they're going to kill me on the scene. And if I do get away, maybe I get a chance to tell my story to somebody else who's not, you know, so crazy. Because they say he was really close to his house, right? So if he got off when he ran off on foot, they said he was running toward his house. So I'm just totally shocked by the outcome. But I've watched TV shows before, documentaries before, that talk about that there is real police gangs inside the police force. And they come off very aggressive, they come off very violent, and this could be, you know, part of that culture. Scary.
What you think, man?
Oh no, I don't know, man. I get what he's trying to say, but I agree with what Sean said off camera that you shouldn't have said it on Fox News.
No, you definitely shouldn't have said it on Fox News.
Because you get them justification of, oh, see, yeah. But I understand what he was trying to say of comply and all that. But honestly, sometimes comply don't even matter no more. So that's kind of hard. But I do, and it's just my background. I tell you my background. When I was a teenager, growing up in a single parent household, my mother told me how to address the police. This is the 90s now. This is not 2000, 2010. This is the 90s, like at the height. And she's always told me, like, the police are the authority figure. So if you get stopped by the police, yes, sir, no. And she was like, I just want you to come home. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to respect those people. They're the authority figure. Mm-hmm. So what he, in essence, was saying that, quote unquote, in the hood, we don't have respect for authority. That's what I got from his whole thing he was saying. And sometimes it could be true. We don't have respect for authority. But at the same time, that doesn't mean that somebody has to die because they don't have respect for authority.
But don't you think the respect for authority has diminished as their deserving of the respect has diminished?
Well, I mean, regardless of how they respect, they're still in a court of law. How cops keep getting off, is because they are the authority figure, regardless of how you feel about how what's
The
going
actions.
on, the actions, whatever. So at the end of the day, it's that nothing is justified about somebody dying. Everybody has the right to stand in front of a judge. Everybody has the right to stand in front of somebody to take them to jail or prison or whatever. But the only problem about saying complying is you see videos of cops with white people and they got knives, they charging the cops, and the cops, hey, it's all right. It's gonna be okay. Come on. Like you ever saw the movie Higher Learning? You ever seen the movie Higher Learning?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like the part when
Remy.
the shooter
Remy.
kills everybody and he's coming down and him and a guy get into a fight, him and Omar Epps' character get into a fight, and they tackle Omar Epps' character, but he's the gunman. And then they get close to him like, okay, it's gonna be okay. He pulls a gun out on him. Everything. Come on. You don't want to do this. It's gonna be right. You're not gonna get in trouble. It's gonna be. And he kills himself, right? So all I'm saying is this. At one time, I still believe in, if I get pulled over by the police today, God forbid, but if I do, I'm still gonna say yes, sir,
10-2,
no,
yeah.
sir.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
not bucking at nobody. That buck thing, I always think about that scripture that talks about giving the devil, you want to give a devil a foothold.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to give nobody, I want to go home to my wife and vice versa.
But
So
I'm glad you do that. But the problem is that the police know the environment right now.
Yeah.
The environment is people don't trust the police.
Yeah.
The trust and the respect has been lost.
Yeah.
There's been too many stories like this to where the average person hears all these stories and they're like, I don't like them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you have to be aware of that in every situation that you're in, that you are sending a bigger message to many other people. You're putting your fellow cops at risk when you act like this. Because it gets shown and then that deteriorates the trust even more. And the next time they're not going to listen to what you say. They're going to think you're going to kill them. So the flight is going to kick in. So this is a deep-seated problem. I think the discourse online is, well, they're all black, so what are you gonna say now? The issue that people have always had is police versus citizen, not white police versus the white police makes it worse.
But I will say the media do a good job as divide and conquer. I would say that, because if these were white people, it would have been a little bit harder. It would have been a little bit harder. But at the same time, like you said, we've always said that. I've always heard people say like, "Yo, the black police are worse than white police." You know what I mean?
The encounters I've had with black police is even worse. But the thing is, this is what's not being said. I don't know if anybody said it, but the assumption is that you are trying to imitate master. You know what I mean? Like you're trying. You see us the way they see us. You see what I'm saying? That's kind of like the underlying understanding that people aren't really saying out loud. I don't think, but that's kind of it's the in Django Samuel
Sam Bowen
it's that kind of like you trying to act boy, get back, like why are you doing that to me? It's because you're trying to impress. So that's kind of like the underlying thing. But that wasn't the only thing. The theme of this week was, what's the right black response to these things, right? So Jason Whitlock kind of represents where a lot of black people are upset with him because he kind of panders up to the white understanding of this, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, dude, why are you making him feel like that's the right thing? You know? I think he really believes this, but it kind of feels like, come on, bro. Like,
there's some conversations you have with your community, and then there's some conversations you have with others.
Even if you have a point, don't go run up to them. They already don't like us.
Right.
Why are you saying that to them? We could talk amongst ourselves about, we need to do better at this and that, but don't go tell them. Anyway, so the next one, this one I saw, I was watching, what's the name of that podcast? What is the name of their podcast? Higher Learning, is it? It's Rachel from the first Black Bachelorette and Van Lathan from TMZ. And he won an Oscar.
He actually does a show
Hip Hop Homicides.
It was a very good show. Very good show.
So he actually won an Oscar. He's like, he's doing a lot of cool stuff now. But they brought Emmanuel Acho on their show, right? He's friends with Rachel. They both grew up in Texas, real close to each other.
He a believer too.
Exactly. So he comes on the show, and Van Lathan immediately says, I'll play you a clip, because I listened to the whole thing before I knew it was going to be a big story. I was just listening to it like a regular show. And as it was going on, I was like, ooh, this is not going well. This is the cringiest interview I've ever seen. So let me play a clip of it just so you get a sense. But the whole thing is like 40 minutes.
Oh, yeah. We're not playing the whole 40.
So this is just a.
When white people say, well, racism doesn't exist, I know why they say that, because I've been in them rooms when they saying that. When I kick it with black people and they're like, all white people are racist. I know why you're saying that. All the while, I have the privilege and luxury of not having generational trauma because my parents were born in Nigeria. So man, my method is removing some of the sting because I don't have that sting and trying to deliver a message in a manner that people can receive it.
Okay. Let me tell you why what you just said offends me.
Okay.
All right. You saying that you don't have generational trauma and you didn't mean it this way, but the reason, and it's, I have to name it, you saying that you don't have any generational trauma in some way meaning, or that in some way meaning that your delivery method to white people is going to be either more effective or more sanitized is, to me, dangerous. And let me tell you why. Everybody that you just named and what you're talking about does what they do in different ways. I don't think that any of the things that they do are necessarily harmful. But what I could say is a black man, a prominent one, acting as an emotional butler for white people and serving them the most milquetoast, unspicy, unseasoned brand of racial discourse and accountability possible could definitely be harmful. Like, we're fighting for our lives. And to me, having a conversation like that at that particular time, it's not that it's a different method. Everybody has a different method. Is that it's the wrong method, is that it gives cover for.
So last thing he said was it gives cover. So, okay. So when I was listening to this, I was like, oh, this is going to be a big deal. And at first it wasn't, and y'all were like, but it started trending.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, now we finally arrived. So Amayo Acho, if you don't know who he is, he was a football player. Him and his brother actually both. His brother's on ESPN and he's on FS1. Yeah. And he started a show called Uncomfortable Conversations with a Black Man, where he would, bring, I guess, white people on, cops, different celebrities, whatever, and kind of ask them, subtle questions about race. Yeah. It was mildly uncomfortable, right? So that was his deal, and he did that for many years, and he's been invited to kind of do that role on other things. Like, he came on when there was this big racial issue on The Bachelor, and he hosted the show where they talked about it. So he's kind of known as the black, arbitrage of Peacemaker. All that stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of been his reputation. Now he just does a sports show. It's called Speak on FS1. So in the past, Van has said a lot of negative things about him, basically what he said on that clip. So he was like, since you're here, I'm going to keep the same energy and I'm going to say what I said when you're not here. So that's when he went on like this 15-minute rant of all the things he hated about his show and how dangerous he thought it was and all that kind of stuff. And Emmanuel's reaction was, yo, why'd you bring me on here for this? This is a waste of my time. Yeah. Y'all tricked me that you thought your producers told me we were going to be talking about all these other things, and you just spent the whole interview just yelling at me. And it just got real contentious. Yeah. Like, it was very, very awkward. Very awkward. To me, what this does is it kind of represents two schools of thought on how black people should be responding to racial tension and police brutality, like we're talking about today. Is it the Emmanuel Acho way, which is kind of like, I think in his heart he's basically be kind,
the Christian way,
presented in a faith, presented in a way that you're listening, you're soaking it in, you're presenting it without being argumentative and combative, or the Van Lathan way, which is, then I'm tired of babysitting these people, they hate us, then fine.
In modern terms, the T'Challa way versus the Killmonger way, Or for older people, Dr. King versus Malcolm X.
Malcolm X,
Yeah.
So, what do y'all think?
I think I had a So one of the things that I think Acho probably shouldn't have said is the privilege and the luxury. Those are two bad words to use.
That gets back to which they kind of touched on in Black Panther. This underlying tension between African Americans and Africans.
Mm-hmm.
That there's a sense that Africans feel superior to African Americans and look down on them.
Yeah.
Because of how they behave or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's an underlying thing in there of we were slaves, you don't get the struggle, you guys weren't ever slaves, blah, blah, blah. So,
and I've heard this, narrative taken before. When you think about the word luxurious, right? Luxury. You think about apartments versus luxury apartments. Cars versus luxury cars, right? Him using the word luxurious automatically made it sound like he thought he was better, right? And that's where that tension has always been. I remember my pastor saying something about a question that he asked an African man. He said, why is it that you guys? He was asking a taxi cab driver this. He says, why does it seem like you guys are considered arrogant? And he said, we're not arrogant. We're just confident, right? Because we are who you should have been had you not been enslaved. Okay. This is the conversation. And so, in a sense, it feels like they're like he mentioned luxurious, like I'm better. Yeah. Just to be real, like I have a better thought process. I don't feel inferior. I don't feel any of those stereotypes that you claim to feel against 400 plus years of slavery. And I think that's where Lathan was jumping, Van was coming in and saying like, okay, let me tell you what you said just offensive. Yeah.
Because it's not just that. I think even African Americans can say, yeah, it would have been better if we weren't slaves and we would have been. That's the whole argument.
Yeah,
right?
It is the argument.
So, but where I think he was upset was he's basically saying that because of that, you're saying that your way of doing it is better than mine. And I think that's kind of what the sticking point is. Here's what I think. I think you kind of more on the Acho side. I don't like either one of them. Whenever his show, I knew about his show, but I can't watch it because I kind of know his angle, Acho, and it is a little too. Hey guys,
but it's Christian though.
But to me it's a little too far to the. Hey guys, there's a. Can you please be nicer to like that? Please be nice to me.
Yeah, can't we? It's almost like he's the mediator.
Yeah,
can't we all get along?
There's a little bit of a problem. Can you please stop doing this, and then we'll be. It's like Martin Luther King wasn't even like that. You know what I mean? Like that's to me that's almost too far. Yeah. It's almost too far of being like, please, like please. And I don't think that's his intention, but it feels like that. With Van is way too militant. Van is like, screw them. They don't like us. We don't like them. That kind of attitude to me is way wrong, right? So I feel uncomfortable with both of them. Honestly, that's just my opinion. You think it's the Acho way?
I'm not. I don't. I feel like if we coming from a Christian perspective, Acho is the right way to go. But if we're coming from our if we're coming from our experience,
don't forget what you just said.
Yeah, okay. If we're coming from our experience and us as black people, then I understand why Van Lathan's way we should be like. If we're coming from that experience.
So I would normally agree with you, but I want to challenge it. I'm challenging myself too, saying that the Acho way is the Christian way. Why is that?
Well, because he's showing the
peace on earth, goodwill to men.
No, not that, but he's showing an olive branch to your enemy. You get what I'm saying? Like
it's to turn the other cheek.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to do. But if it's coming off as, like you said, Dr. King was like nonviolence, but at the same time, these people are wicked. Yeah, and these people need to be approached, and we need to take charge about this.
That's the part I'm trying to say is a little bit weird, because in the Bible, we're talking about what's more biblical. Yeah, it's turn the other cheek, but there were still Christians that were like, go take that city.
Yeah.
kill all the people that did the wrong thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's still
That's
sin
Old
is
Testament though, Sean.
okay.
That's the Jewish way.
Okay. All right. Let me introduce you to some Hebrew Israel. But so the point is that yes, our stance in it is peace and seeking peace and all that kind of stuff. But it's not saying the evil is not evil.
Oh yeah, no,
You see what I'm
it's
saying?
not that.
That's why I'm like, it's a little too far.
Yeah.
I don't think this is what he's trying to do, but that's how it feels to me.
Yeah.
That you're almost making them feel like it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's like, no. This is really bad.
Yeah.
We could talk about it. I'm not gonna yell at you, but this is really, really bad, guys.
But going back to, and that's why I keep telling everybody, experience matters. Your personal experience with police, your personal experience, how you relate to other black people, your experience, how you relate to your parents. All that matters.
It matters.
For Emmanuel, he's like, I've never experienced this. I can't say this is what we should do because what I've been taught. I'm saying what he just said on the show.
Yeah.
That's what he's saying. My experience is, hey, what did he just say? He said something about.
I heard the whole clip, and he's basically saying, I grew up in a situation where I was around white people completely, and when I was in college playing football, I was around black people completely, and I understand why they feel the way they feel about each of them. Mm-hmm. So I get what he's saying.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like for Van Lathan, he's like, man, you being too passive, bro. We're in a state of emergency as black people. We can't be passive in this situation.
He literally says later on that we're at the place now where it's like people are dying. If you don't respect me and you don't, care about me,
I'm gonna kill you before you kill me. Basically,
it's not what he said, but it's basically like
it's the underlying theme.
It's up.
Yeah,
it's up.
That's the underlying theme.
It's up.
It's the Killmonger way.
So
it's literally the Killmonger. Like when I watched Black Panther a couple weeks ago, and when you watch it, he's like, y'all here chilling. Now it's good for y'all. We got people out here and it's that same mentality.
It's the same thing.
You know what I'm saying? And I think black people for years have been saying, hey, we tried the Dr. King way. Maybe now it's time for us to try the Malcolm X. Even Christians, I'm seeing stuff in the chat right now.
Yeah, but
saying that.
But here's the thing. Even Martin Luther King, towards the end, started being like, "Oh, these people wicked, man."
Yeah,
I
made a mistake. I shouldn't have brought our people together.
These people wicked, right? Yeah. So, what's the result of the Black Panther? What was the point of the movie, right? Killmonger dies, but it almost sounded like they were trying to say that he was right.
Who, Killmonger?
Yeah.
I think what it was
he was right, but he was too aggressive. Is that what they were trying to say?
Kind of, but then also, but see, I think the question is, that's a good question for Ryan Coogler if we ever interview him, because the ending is like it's so many key points in that movie where it's like, hey, don't kill Claw. They watching. Remember who you are. They're watching. You know what I'm saying? Like the part when they was chasing Claw and he got him and he was about to do something and they had the cameras out and his guard was like, stop. They're watching us. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Killmonger would have been, I don't care if they're watching us. He got to die. Yeah. Like he end up killing them. So I think there's so many messages in a movie about like, basically, can we all get along? Like, can we just like get along with each other? Mm-hmm. And like, my way is, hey, I mean, but then essence, Killmonger did affect T'Challa a little bit because he said, okay, now we gotta open this up. We gotta help the people. We gotta help the communities that's in impoverished. We gotta do that. Even when he went back and talked to his father in them dream sequences, like, why'd you leave him? Why'd you do this? So he started almost Dr. King-ish going towards the end of the movie, like Dr. King going towards the end of his life, like, hey man, some stuff, my perspective then has slowly but surely changed on certain things. So
I don't think we've come to a solid answer for the Van Lathan way, the what's the first guy's name?
Emmanuel?
No, the
Whitlock
way, the Whitlock way, or the Acho way, right? I think all of them sound nuts to me. Mm-hmm. So I think I'm in the middle of all that, but there is something that I think it's good to see the polar opposites in real time. Yeah, how they respond, to see what is the Christian way, because it's not always Acho.
Yeah,
It's not always Van. It's not always Whitlock.
Yeah. America will want you to say it's Acho.
But they're mimicking what we see in the Christian church too. Everybody with different opinions, everybody with different doctrine, everybody's it's just a way of life. It's the way of American culture, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's the difference, you know. But I think one of the things that is fearful is, you know, I've been having this conversation with one of our team members for the last 2 weeks, and like, you know, they asked me, they said, what can we do to fix this? Is there anything we can do to fix it, right? Like, where's the conversation start?
Yeah.
Between black, between white, between police, between citizens, the community, you know, where does the conversation start? And every time he asks that question, he'll ask it more than once. And then every time he goes to that question, I'm always like, I don't know. Because to me, you know, I described something totally different. I described living inside of my family, inside of my household. Like, the outside world matters to me, but I'm more concerned about, like, what values am I teaching my kids? What do I want them to know about the world, about God? Like, those are the things that I'm pressed for right now. And if there was more time in a day, yeah, that would be something that you could kind of like maybe explore. But for right now, I'm kind of stuck in that mindset of I got to make sure that my household is brought up to speed first.
What I would say is for the people who are not black listening, for our white brothers and sisters, I think what would be nice is for there to be not allyship, but just listening and understanding without getting defensive.
Why not allyship?
I don't know. I don't know what allyship was created by somebody, not me. So I don't want to grab a word that I don't know really what it means. What I'm saying is
because even Van Lathan would say we need white allies. I think he would say that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know that word is not mine. So what I'm saying is that in this time, it's not helpful while you're watching things like this to say you should have just done this or you should have done this. Mm-hmm. We need to all get along. Mm-hmm. We need people to listen, understand. There's a in the Bible it says mourn with those who mourn.
Yeah,
that's what I think is necessary. That your black brothers and sisters are in mourning constantly, and you may not understand it, may not get it, but please just listen to the heart. We're trying to talk about this fairly.
Yeah.
We're not trying to, we're not leftists. Mm-hmm. We're not trying not part of an agenda. Mm-hmm. This is literally how we feel about these things.
Yeah.
So as a brother in Christ, it's listen, understand, mourn with those who mourn. Don't try to fix it. Mm-hmm. Just listen. And I think that's what we need as a community to help bring us together. It's not, we're not going to fix the racial problems, but our brothers and sisters, when we're all in mourning, if we put our arm around each other, that's what helps to heal some of those things.
And to understand this too, we're all at this table mourning something different, right? If the three of us cut off mics and have this conversation about, all of our experiences are different. Yeah. I experienced racism differently. Sean experienced racism differently. You probably experienced racism differently. Yeah. And your approach to it is either how you responded to it or how it was taught to you on how to respond to it, or how you feel like it should be flipped or switched or fixed. But all of our conversations, all of our experiences are different, so we can expect that anybody else brought into the conversation is going to have a different opinion.
I think everybody just need to listen to everybody. I think first off, honestly, a lot of stuff happens in the title Black versus Black. Mm-hmm. I think it's those conversations where we had to have in the community first, and then we look outward. Because I think the problem with Black America is we're not unified. To a point is like, so if somebody was to come and say, hey man, what do we need to do to help the Black community? Instead of all of us having that one answer, everybody has, okay, voter suppression, police brutality, this, or bad economics. It's all different things to say. We don't know. We got all these situations, but we don't know what's the number one thing that Black America needs from the United States of America, of anything like that. Some people may say reparations. Some people may say better economics, whatever. It's not nothing. Other race groups know, like, hey, we all need this. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes Black people together, we don't have that unity enough to know, okay, this is what we need as a unit.
Okay. All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go.
The to know all about the official Trackstarz Universe. So, if you'd like a free Trackstarz t-shirt, yes, as well as free merch, discounts, and exclusive content, and of course, direct access to your favorite radio host, then this is for you. Make sure you go to trackstarz.com/official. That's trackstarz.com/official.
Hey, yo, guy just pulled up in the whip. I'ma hop in the passenger seat. You coming? Cause you ain't got no excuse to not be where we going. And tell the devil to keep my name out his mouth. You heard? Getaways.
I had to swerve that. If I have it, cause I earned that. Lost a couple homies, but the bitches had to burn that. Y'all don't want the smoke, like some ashes, I'ma earn that. Started from the bottom, and I promise I won't turn back.
Oh, lower your tone. Feel like progressive, I'm keeping that flow. Yellow not main, I feel like Big Mo. I need some Barackas, I need some more shows.
I never standard, so what does that mean? I pull up with a stick. I keep it on me, cause Satan be slick. Gotta watch what I say, like I talk with a lid. If they hating on me, I just pull a knock glizzy. I tell them I'm really too busy. Losing control, you would think I was Missy. A lot of y'all out of there. Is your name Weezy?
Shouldn't have made it, but I beat the odds. I used to fake it like I was Shed Moss. Part of the movement, I'm part of the cross. My father's the best, look at my son. When you come to my shows, I want round of applause. But they not for me, homie, they is for God. Nothing but ace, but just first put the sun. Them demons, they try me, I just
hey, a lot of y'all forgot who I really even do this for. They tryna ride the way, but homie, you can rock a 2x4. Used to be an educated fool like in Coolio. How you wanna lead if you can't even pass through the code? Yeah, I'm aiming for the top, I ain't talking about pace. And I just wanna get ahead, and I don't care if I'm named. On the track like an animal, like I was made on day 6. Always go hard, don't even know what tame is. I had to swerve that, swerve that, swerve that. I had to swerve that, swerve that. I had to swerve that, swerve that, swerve that. I had to swerve that, swerve that, swerve that. Make it a stay, hey.
I'm still in America. Beautiful, elegant, sinful, and arrogant. It's plenty hysteria after they shot at them schools in that new cafeteria. Don't sneak in our area, cause if you ain't patriotic, you might be a terrorist. I know it's embarrassing. We say united, we stand, but divisions are therapy. No GED, no EBT, just BBL.
I look good, though.
That CDC say quarantine, my PPP say.
I need my check.
Look at your race, what they gon' say? Stay in your place. Made a mistake, open the case, open the gates. Yeah, go ahead and pray for that visa. See how America treats you. We keep our history shrouded in mystery. Can't let them know all our secrets. Men become ladies. Ladies want more than some babies. They want to be treated like people. Land of the free, but the freedom ain't equal. We love our politics more than our people. Monday we evil, but Friday we good. Lululemon right there in your hood. If you in poverty, go in the lottery. Then we might treat you the way that we should. You could be anything. If you got money, so get it by any means. Hustle is muscle and you looking weak, so you better go get you some creatine. Get your weight up. Out here in America, man.
Hello. I'm still in America, where church is a Broadway production for relevance. We traded the kingdom to build an empire, so people don't trust us apparently. We worship economy. We'll kill our own babies to keep our autonomy. You mess with our Second Amendment, we probably gon' riot.
But take out the probably. I'm still in America. The coast where I live, we ain't speaking much English. We do all the labor and do all the cleaning, but we don't get treated like equals. Some of us trust in the law, some don't. Some law enforcement will save you from evil. You call them and then again some of them won't. Sometimes we cheat us to get our cheese up and take your piece of the pie. Sometimes we Caesar, sometimes we Jesus, and we might get crucified. We preach civil rights, have a civil fight. BLM might take your money, buy expensive flights. Daddy sending kites, mama full of sleepless nights. Base head pipe dream, left wing, right wing, don't vote right, you're still on sight. Same gang, but we different colors. Forefathers, but none of us brothers. Some are born here, some are sworn here. Either live free or kill each other.
And this is Entertainment Report. Okay.
Hopefully you guys are listening.
My bad. All right, there's a lot going on. Yeah, man. Entertainment report time going on now. Let's get it going. All right, man. First off, man, we want to send our condolences to Miles Minnick, man. Prayers go out to Miles Minnick while he was shooting the music video for Big with Lecrae. He said he did a post on Instagram where he lost his grandmother. He said she was the one that introduced him to the faith and helped him grow in Jesus. Wow. So he was hurt about it, and we here at the Trackstarz Universe are praying for you, brother, and your family. So, man, if when you're in your prayer time, man, lift them up, man. You know, people going through stuff all the time, but man, just lift them up. That's a heavy one. You know what I mean? You can kind of tell it was a little heavy for him too, man. So, yeah. All right, man. Tidal says Limo Blaze is the artist to watch in 2023. Limo Blaze is making more moves in 2023. Remember, at the end of 2022, he signed with Reach Records. Tidal has now recognized his talent. He said, I'm grateful and honored to be one of Tidal's 12 artists globally to watch in the year 2023. Thank you, Limo Blaze tweeted. Limo Blaze was a Next Up artist, by the way. Yeah, a couple years ago.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, man, this is a good look, man.
Keep predicting, Jeremiah. You're doing the right thing.
I know. Thank God for Sean David Grant. I would tell y'all that. Thank God for Sean David Grant. That's all I'm going to say.
Always bringing us back.
Yeah, always bringing us back into like, remember, y'all, this is not, you know what I mean?
It's ain't a competition.
Behind closed doors. Man, I'm joking. But anyway.
The pride, I can't deal with it.
I know. Marriage is no longer a goal. That was trending this weekend because Lala was on the Breakfast Club. She was hosting with them, and she's opened up about her thoughts on marriage, revealing that most of her married people she's friends with are miserable in their relationship. She basically said single people don't talk about marriage anymore, but talk about dating and other things. What y'all think about that?
Man, it's so crazy. Yeah, I think people she experienced a bad marriage.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like church hurt.
But my question is, are y'all seeing that? Like, in your fear of influence, and maybe everybody around here are more around married people, but at the same time, are you hearing single people saying, I want to get married or get married, or are they like, it is what it is, if it happens, it happens?
I think Christian singles always want to get married. I mean, yeah. Like, especially, there's so much around Christian singles that for the most part trying to wait to have sex, like that's a big motivator. So I think for people who that isn't their thing, they're doing that anyway. If I honestly, I don't know why non-Christian people want to get married at all. Like, what's the point? You could, I think this to me, what is the point to them? Like, there's no reason to do
I see what you mean.
Not a Christian.
Well, that's not necessarily true. I mean, there's a lot that you can avoid.
There's financial reasons. There's blah blah blah. But I mean, I'm just saying, like, I understand why the tide is turning to I don't want to get married. If you do all the married stuff anyway.
But non-believers still don't want the headache of raising children outside of their home. And,
that's not true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you want to do that? Like, why would you?
Because if you see that everybody that gets married ends up having to be in that situation anyway, and they got to pay a bunch of money too, then it's like, then what's the point?
That's bad.
But I get what you're saying. If you are not a believer, what's the reason to get married? Unless your woman is pressuring you. Because majority of the time, at times, it could be a woman saying, hey, when we going to get married? Hey, when we going to get married?
You still have family values without being a believer.
You can.
You can, but
what if she's right, what she's saying is that's starting to go away where people don't want to get married.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say I would agree with that if people said that they don't want children either. Right. That makes sense to me.
No, I think I
think people doing stuff backwards. They're getting children.
Kids way before they get married.
They have a whole family, everything before marriage. I think what happens is here's two things. Sometimes depending on the kids in school, kids will come up like, hey, so why don't you have his last name? Like, kids start acting stuff in their house, and then it makes the parents go, oh, snap, maybe we should get married. You know what I mean?
I guess, but I think what she's trying to say is yeah, sure, you could want those things, but if every person you see go through that process ends up back where you are, then what's the point?
That's just a messed up world, fallen world.
All right, man. Speaking of fallen world, this week this was trending as well. A priest said he died and revealed he went to hell, and they were playing Rihanna's Umbrella on repeat as torture. He said,
That's torture.
and then people in the comments like, so why he go to hell? Like, you a priest? He said, he responded with the lack of, he said, because the lack of forgiveness and the way he hated, some people. But he came back.
Rihanna,
He was
like he
racist.
hates Rihanna.
He came back. He was a black guy.
Oh.
Yeah, black priest. Yeah. So the question is, what other songs you think are in the hell playlist? What do y'all think?
That's a good,
What's in the hell playlist?
This should have been the whole topic.
Yeah.
What's in the hell playlist?
Man,
When you say hell playlist, you mean like, okay, so
What's
the
down
whole,
there being played? I remember I saw a Family Feud, and they asked, that was the exact kind of question, and everybody was trying to avoid hip hop, and soon hip hop came was number one. Steve Harvey busted out laughing. Everybody would say all this other music, and everybody me and my wife were like, hip hop, that's easy, hip hop,
Yeah.
and they would not say hip hop.
Wow.
They were scared to say hip hop.
What would you put in
The
there?
question is it annoying music that would torture you, or is it bad music that you just think is the devil's music anyway? Like which one? Because Umbrella has a
funny
a
answer
repetitive
is stuff that annoys you.
Somebody said 3 6 Mafia and everything. Yeah, probably.
I think it's just song. I think the point of the bit is songs that you just don't like.
Yeah. That's got to be it.
That's
That's
really
got to
what
be
it is.
it. That's got to be it.
Some rock and rollers in there. You know what I'm saying? They're playing it backwards.
So what's like the song that they will be playing in hell for you? Like, what's the song you just think is
Great Balls of Fire.
torture? Great Balls of Fire. You don't like that song?
No, it's a good song, but it's about hell.
See, you're doing too topical.
Oh, yeah,
What
yeah,
song
that's
you
too
just
topical.
hate that you think is annoying?
That's a good one. That's something to think about.
Oh man.
See, I don't know if I hate songs.
Mine
like
would be something Kendrick Lamar.
that. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
The whole album.
Yeah.
All his albums.
Um,
Don't Kill My Vibe. You burning and torturing. Don't Kill My Vibe.
you talking about like that annoyed, like it would annoy me if it was on repeat now.
Yeah.
Use that as torture. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be something like
What
that.
about you? What song?
Oh no, I don't think there's anything I hate that much that would be annoying that much to me. I'd have to think about it.
Yeah.
You got anything? Now, so let's just circle back just in case people don't think we get it. He's lying.
Oh yeah, he's definitely lying.
You think he lying?
He's lying or he's wrong. That's ridiculous.
Well, I've heard somewhere where another guy said he went to hell and he heard Michael Jackson and somebody else being played down there.
On what? Like, what are you talking about?
It's just the spirits, the demons just singing
They
around.
singing it. Okay, gotcha.
They singing it in the studio, so they singing it down.
Well, yeah.
Singing
People
in
believe
monotone.
that. People believe that that's where they got the song from in the first place.
Thriller playing down there.
They think that was the inspiration for a lot of these artists in the first place. Anyways, ridiculous. Move on.
Dang, Sean. All right, compensation this week. The Truth, Emmanuel, Reach Records, Lo-Fi Sunday, Nadeyas, I Was There, Portia Love featuring Big Breeze, Gumbo single, Just Rounds, Wiz, The Satellite Kid, and Mitch Durrell, Get Focused single, Legacy in the Abyss single, Swayze, Been Up single, Mikey J, Panoramic single, Mike Sarge, Too Sus single, Childlike CC featuring 1K Fuel, Talking My Flow single, and of course the Milk playlist to hear all these songs on, and our good Christian hip hop, gospel rap, Christian rap, and our feel good playlist for all you urban gospel and Christian R&B fans out there. Ryan Righteous was good.
Yeah, you know we like to recognize the Nectar artists when they drop. So I want to shout out to one of our Nectar artists is really doing his thing. 99 Apex dropped Wrist this week, and shout out to him too because he was also nominated to be one of the RAPZILLA freshmen.
Oh yeah, that's right. That list came out. Some good artists on the list. Too.
Yeah. So shout out to him.
Awesome. Will there be technology in heaven?
I think so.
You think there'll be like
heaven?
I think
stereos?
I think the advancement is there. I mean, think about the sound. Honestly, the whole time is based off scripture. You worshiping God the whole time, so music gonna have to be
on
there.
speakers. You think?
I think it's gonna be on
I think
some
it's scary
system
to
that's
think.
gonna
I think
be
it's
crazy.
just acapella. So
Yeah,
just everybody singing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, I imagine a technology free.
I do too.
I've never imagined a
the
television or anything like that.
I think it's gonna be something that's gonna blow your mind.
Okay. All right. Maybe we'll you came up with such great topics that should have been separate topics.
Like what's on the hell playlist?
Yeah, that should be another topic we do. But yeah, dope stuff, man.
All right, bro.
Oh man. Somebody said you'd be playing Megan Thee Stallion all the time.
Oh, yes. I would definitely be on it. All right, you in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner. That's so wrong. DJ Jeremiah, let's go.
I'm still in America. Beautiful, elegant, simple, and arrogant. It's plenty hysteria after they.
A2000 EST OCOEE. They said if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. They said my time's wasted if I ain't chasing a bag. But Pops told me never chase nothing. Only here to lead lost souls to the kingdom, that's facts. I only focus on the kingdom and everything else that I need, I know it will attract. If I lose it all now, I know he'll bring it right back. I ain't worried about the cars or the clothes or the plaque. Even if I ball and count big stacks, I would never put that before you know I won't get attached. Cause that would never last though. You wrapped your arms around me like a lasso. You went and painted the picture Picasso. Oops, Picasso, you made my heart grow. A lesson I learned from the seed is it starts slow. Trust me, you gon' see the tree if you look close. Don't you know having faith is a substance of things that you don't see. But trust me, you gon' see the fruits of your labor. Trust in the king and my focus on laser. Walking in purpose, I'm blessed and I'm favored. I tried to go fall in love with the paper. Till you show me love that will never waver. No one can give me the food that you cater. Tried to move fast and regretted it later. Long as I focus on you and your truth, I know I'll get the fruits of my labor. They said if you ain't stacking guap, then you basic. They said my time's wasted if I ain't chasing that cash. Pop said the first gon' be last. You got everything you need right up in the kingdom, that's facts. I could teach you how to serve like that. Even the king will show love from the front to the back. It don't matter what you might lack. From the homeless on streets to the ones who got M's in a bag. Never too great to give back. No, it's quick to forget when you love everything that you have. No, that will never last though. You wrapped your arms around me like a lasso. You went and painted the picture Picasso. Oops, Picasso, you made my heart grow. A lesson I learned from the seed is it starts slow. Trust me, you gon' see the tree if you look close. Don't you know having faith is a substance of things that you don't see. But trust me, you gon' see the fruits of your labor. Trust in the king and my focus on laser. Walking in purpose, I'm blessed and I'm favored. I tried to go fall in love with the paper. Till you show me love that will never waver. No one can give me the food that you cater. Tried to move fast and regretted it later. Long as I focus on you and your truth, I know I'll see the fruits of my labor. Trust in the king and my focus on laser. Walking in purpose, I'm blessed and I'm favored. I tried to go fall in love with the paper. Till you show me love that will never waver. No one can give me the food that you cater. Tried to move fast and regretted it later. Long as I'm focused on you and your truth, I know I'll see the fruits of my labor.
Further than the music submission tool by Trackstarz. Trackstarz has been in the industry for well over a decade and is the #4 music submission site in the world. Our goal is to make sure your music is put in front of the right people. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and sign up today.
You are listening to the Trackstarz with Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, and DJ Jeremiah.
Right now, you're in the field with the Trackstarz.
Trackstarz.
Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, and DJ Jeremiah.
Right now, you're listening to the Trackstarz.
You know what time it is. Yeah.
Good, it's your boy Name Gay, you Trackstarz music artist, and you are in the field with the family Trackstarz Radio.
Trackstarz Radio.
In the field, Trackstarz, get it, got it, good.
Ain't no podcast beef. We got respect for y'all.
Yeah.
But respect the grind, baby. Respect the grind. I gotta get the flex bombs today. Respect the grind.
Yo, what up? This is Triple D, aka Dayton, representing God Over Money and the Menace Movement, and in the field with the Trackstarz. Yo.
All right, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. Was good.
All right, for all things Trackstarz, make sure you go to trackstarz.com. Follow us on Instagram, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, but most importantly, download the app. Leave us a review on iTunes. That really helps, all right?
Great eye contact. I was just doing it too, and I noticed you were doing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're trying to do that more because we're trying not to ignore you guys watching.
Right.
Great. Good job, bro. This is Noteworthy. Noteworthy. We haven't done a Noteworthy in quite a while, but we've been getting some in recently. So if you want to send in a Noteworthy, basically it's anonymous letters. If you don't want, people to know it's you, but you have like this question that's been bothering you, can't really ask anybody around you, send in a Noteworthy. Go to trackstarz.com. I think it's just /Noteworthy, but just search the site. You'll see Noteworthy submission. It's completely anonymous. I have no idea who sends these. So this one we got in is called Blessing or Test. All right, it says, good afternoon, Trackstarz. I've been a fan for a couple of years now. I really enjoy watching you guys in the morning because I live in Wisconsin. We are Central Time Zone. I'm a college student at a local college here in Wisconsin, but I live with my mom and little brother. Times are very hard with my mother and little brother. We've had the power cut off a couple times recently. My mom had nights where me and my brother would eat, but she wouldn't eat. I help out here and there with my mother, but we still just feel the pressures of life recently. We've been praying, asking God to bless our family. So last week, my little brother, while coming home from school with his friend, finds a wallet. The wallet was empty, but 3 feet past the wallet was a small Ziploc bag with a knot of money in it. It had to be at least $1,000 in the Ziploc bag. Me and my brother argued about what to do with the money. We both know that we are going through hard times, and we did pray about financial blessing. We did return the wallet, but we are going back and forth about the money because my brother's friend is saying we should give the money back. I told him he should mind his business, but the money wasn't in the wallet. My brother's friend said the money was near it, though. My mother doesn't know anything about this. In my heart, as the man of the house, I feel like we need this money. In my opinion, the money could have been somebody else's trash, and now it's our treasure. Please give us some reasonable advice. Blessing or test? What is this? This is kind of like our old island question. You're right. If you're an OG Trackstarz fan, we came up with this segment called the Island Question, and it was basically this: like, what are those like Christian dilemmas where it's not as clean as obviously yes or obviously no? Yeah. What do you think?
And if you know me from back in the day, my answer hadn't changed. It's a blessing.
To keep the money.
Yeah, it's those fish and barley loaves of bread. Just manifest it right there on the ground. That wasn't nobody else's money, but it was theirs. The Lord coming through in the clutch. No, seriously, no, being funny. But, when you have a situation like that, no, seriously. When you have a situation like that, God, you remember that my dad always told me this joke. Remember the joke where the pastor's drowning or somebody's drowning and they're like, God, save me. And there's somebody throws a life vest in the water, somebody throws a lifesaver in the water, and then somebody comes by on a boat, and then they end up drowning and going to heaven, and God is like, I sent you 3 different options. Right. That, to me, is the wallet. The wallet was given back. There was a clear owner on the license or whatever. They got the wallet back to the person. If the person didn't be like, where's my knot? Then there's no knot.
Then it's not his knot.
It's not his knot. Yeah, it doesn't exist. So, to me, you can't identify who owns a Ziploc bag, and if you take it to the police, they're going to tell you somebody claimed it within 30 days. They're going to be on the 29th day like, yeah, so Somebody claimed that yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, like there's no way to return that. This is a blessing from the Lord, and if you want to feel good about it, throw a little bit in the collection plate. Seriously, that's the way. That's my answer for real. I don't care what y'all say on. Y'all don't like me anyway, so
Jeremiah.
I don't care what y'all say.
Dang, they don't like you anyway. Mr.
No, not
Christian?
in the universe. The universe don't like me.
Jesus. Wow. I don't know. I think the thing is you if you keep the money and it was a test, then that's your blessing. But if you give the money back and something else could happen where you could get financially blessed and have peace about it. I think that's the number one thing too. Does the blessing bring peace to you? So I don't know. I don't know, man.
What about
my selfishness would be like, keep that money, especially if you in a hard time. Like he talking about, so I'd be like, keep that loot. But at the same time, the test part is you don't want to fail God's test, because then that means
what's the test was the wallet. You returned the wallet.
Yeah, you did.
That was the test.
But if where my laptop is the wallet, and where your microphone is that, I would put two and two together. Like they most likely may be together. It's too close together.
3 feet away. If my if my mic is here and there's a wallet 3 feet away, people might think that's your wallet, not mine.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you return the wallet and they're not asking about the money, obviously it wasn't their money.
That's true. You're right. But at the same time, how do you know if that wallet fell and the money came out of it?
Because they would have said, "I'm missing $1,000." Right?
Yeah.
Have you ever lost your wallet before? I know I have. I've left it at a store or something, and the first thing I do is I go through it. I'm not looking for cash anyway because I use cards, but still, I'm looking for all my cards to be there. I'm checking it. So if something's missing, and they're like, "Oh, well, we found a gift card with $100 on it," I was like, "Yeah, I'm missing a Best Buy gift card. Can you hand that back?" Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, to me, there was a test. He passed it. He gave the wallet back. Now let's make room for the blessing.
Okay. So we looked this up, and in certain places, if you find a large amount of money, it's illegal for you to keep it. You have to take it to the police station. Does that change your answer at all?
No, but you know what? I just thought about that changes my answer. What changes my answer is if I found this in my subdivision. Because then I could go to the homeowners association and put a bulletin up with them and say, if someone calls you, let me know. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's public property and then there's private property. Public property. If you're on a let's just say I'm at Piedmont Park, right?
The Fire
Piedmont
Stick
Park.
King. Y'all gonna get information from the Fire Stick King.
The Fire King.
Fire Stick King. That's funny. Let's just say I'm at Piedmont Park or I'm at a public park. Piedmont Park is actually probably a private. More private than anything because they probably have lost and found. Let's just say you're at the park you take your daughter to out in Kennesaw, right? And you find this mysterious money. Who are you gonna report it to?
I think also it depends on the amount too.
You're supposed to report it to the police. That's what I was just telling you.
Yeah,
it's illegal for you to keep it. You have to take it to the police, and they have to hold it for a certain amount of time. And if nobody claims it, they either keep it themselves or some places they give it back.
Okay. Now the real question is,
but if they, let's say you do that, you keep the money, you don't take it to the police. 2 months later, you find out there was a camera in the park, and they come to your house and arrest you. You willing to take that risk?
I'm okay with that.
You're willing to go to jail?
No, I'll be able to explain myself.
No, there's no explaining. You took money home that didn't belong to you. It was over a certain amount. You're going to jail. That's against the law.
Okay, let's spin it. Let's spin it real quick. So let's say his brother and them, let's say a guy was getting chased, right, by the police, and he had a heavy bag with him. He's running, right? He throws the bag. While he throw the bag, the brother and his friend is walking down the street. They see it and they stop and they looking like, like something going on. You stop and see what's going on, and they notice he dropped the bag over there. But the cops still chasing them and they going past them, and they go over there and get the bag, and it's like it looks like robbery money, like somebody just robbed the bank and stuff like that. You still taking it?
No. What was this Noteworthy in here? Because it's probably 30 days past, and I'm guessing that we're answering the fact that they kept the
It
money.
doesn't matter how long you've had it. It's not how long the police have had it.
No. I'm saying if this Noteworthy is over 30 days, we're probably just confirming what they did with the money.
The point of Noteworthy is not just for them. It's for anybody else that may be listening that has the same question.
Well, the Trackstarz Universe said keep it. That was number one.
There was a poll?
There was a poll.
Yeah, he put it up.
So my thought would be, I'd be more so thinking my family, their safety. I would be thinking all worst case scenarios. What if this is the reason this ain't just normal for somebody to wad up money in a Ziploc bag? I'm thinking this is bad news, right?
Yeah.
What if somebody sees me take it, they follow me home, hurt my family? That's what's going through my head. You don't worry about those things? This is obviously not legit money I'm dealing with here.
No, Ziploc bag and rubber band is a little different than a knot.
That's what
a knot is.
Like a wad. Ziploc bag and a rubber band is different to me. That could be clean money. I don't say it's dirty money.
It says a knot of money. How else do you think it was knotted up? It's probably rubber banded.
If I'm saying like that in a Ziploc bag is different.
Brian's still keeping that money, bro.
But you don't worry at all about what if somebody saw you, this is some sort of drug money and they come to get it? You don't worry about that stuff at all?
No.
That's what I would be thinking. I'd be like,
you watch too much Power, brother.
I don't watch Power. But what I'm saying is, that's where my head would immediately go. This is clearly not legit money.
Yeah.
If somebody sees me take this, they follow me home, then that endangers everybody.
I picked up money the other day at Big Lots. Stepped right on it and just kicked it.
How much was it?
$1.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't care who saw it.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna
kill you for
$1. There's thousands of dollars he's talking about.
You never know.
So you're not worried about that at all? No. That part doesn't bother you? You're not worried about going to jail? That part doesn't bother you?
Doesn't bother me.
What do you think? Because what do you
gave
think?
up.
It's ridiculous.
No, but here's the problem. The problem is you're faced with another problem because, like you said, you don't know if this is drug money. Because if it's drug money, somebody's definitely watching that situation or going to know, like, yo, I saw this kid pick that up. Go get that kid money.
Shame on you for being bored.
But at the same time, the blessing is y'all in financial need and y'all doing the God honest truth, the God way to do it.
But is the fully God way to do it? Follow the law, wait your 30 days, and let them give it back to you. Isn't that the right answer?
This scenario changes with the wallet. Finding a bag of money in a Ziploc bag where no wallet was is a different situation in my mind.
Why?
Because the owner who dropped it there's no way to identify them.
You're supposed to take it to the police. That's the law. You don't care about the law?
Do you think if I lost $1,000, the first thing I'm gonna be like, oh, let me call the police?
That's what you're supposed to do.
I'm not finding $1,000. Nobody's turning my $1,000 in unless it's in my wallet.
I think that what you said, right? The police is going to take that money. Like,
of course.
So all I'm saying is, are you willing to risk the chance that you could go to jail over picking up some money?
If I'm not in financial need, right, I'm taking the money to. I'm guessing I would be in a situation where I'm like, oh, if I don't need it and I'm gonna take it to the police station, then I have to make up in my mind that I'm not getting it back. I'm not keeping it. But if I'm in financial need, like these guys say they are, then it's a different story.
So here's the question though: if you needed something for Noah right then and there, and that money was there, would you? Still
I would say I found $500. And turn it in and see if God gives it back.
While you padding the other 500,
I found $500 in a Ziploc.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I probably, knowing me, I would probably step right over it. Because I wouldn't want that. My head goes to all the worst places. I would not want any
Now, if
drama.
it wasn't in a paper bag, if it was just on a corner, like if it was just rolled, like you said, it was rolled up. So let's say the knot was just there, but the person kept walking past the wallet, but the knot was just there laying on the side, and you like, is that money? And you just, picked it up.
You just hit something. Paper bag versus Ziploc bag. Paper bag, not touching it.
Why?
Because that's when people hide. It's concealed at that point.
That's drug money.
Who puts a knot of money in a Ziploc bag?
Somebody who obviously was not trying to hide it from the law. It wasn't illegal at the point in that situation.
Who does it?
Who does it?
Who does that?
somebody on their way to get a money order? Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so here's
somebody who's on their way to a field trip and their kids.
And all of you at home, because shame on you.
Oh, keep guilting me. Let's go.
How do you know that money wasn't needed by somebody in more need than you?
That's true.
Because
they were careless with it?
No, it's not even that. It becomes a moot point because they don't have a way to identify that.
What do you mean?
If they lost the money, they don't have a way to identify that.
But you're supposed to go to the police station and say, I lost this money. Did somebody turn it in like they were supposed to?
Anybody in this room, in this table, if you walked outside, let's just say your car broke down and you're walking through this neighborhood, Tri-Cities,
okay,
Trackstarz Studios neighborhood.
I'm gonna get you.
Hold on. You're walking through this neighborhood, your car broke down, right? And you lost $1,000 and you look up and it's been 6 hours since you last saw that $1,000. With the MARTA bus stops that are in between here and Greenbrier Mall, you think that somebody picked up your $1,000 and called the police and took it back.
What do you think is going to happen or not doesn't mean it should or should not. That's two different things.
The thought in my mind is the police are the last people I'm calling because I know they're not going to be able to help me.
Of course, because people are evil.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, but I'm saying, what should you do? Are you evil too?
You're asking me if somebody less fortunate lost the money.
Yeah.
How are they gonna get it back?
Go in the police station.
Here's the thing: if it's a street element, they're not going to the police station.
Right. That's and if you follow the rules, then they may give it back to you. You just gotta trust the process, right?
Trust the police.
Wouldn't that make you feel way better if you actually went through all that and then they gave it back to you?
Do you know how many?
Wouldn't that make you feel like completely like, hey, this is mine now. I did.
Well, yeah,
everything.
that is yours.
Do you know how many possible police officers you would take that money up to in a police station that'd be like, okay, thanks for letting us know. Aren't you right in the pocket?
Yeah, but then that's not your fault. Yeah. But here's the thing.
But you're going back to being broke. That's what
I'm gonna throw you another thing. What if these are marked bills? They were stolen. And then as soon as you go to spend it, they're like, woo, 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 woo.
Oh, that's true.
I'm explaining myself out of that situation.
In jail?
You gotta put that on a debit card.
You take the fun out of this. You took the fun
this is the real situation.
You took the fun out.
This is a real situation.
I think he spent that money already.
Had to.
All right, last one. You're doing this everywhere. What if you found it in a federal building? You picking it up?
No.
So the place matters.
The place matters. Absolutely, the place matters.
So you're saying any place, any building, anybody's house, anything like that, you're gonna give it back to the people, or at least give it to. But if you on the street now, okay, prime example. Let me ask you this:
if you have a way to track it,
next Saturday I'm supposed to come to your house.
Yeah.
In front of your house, we get out and I see money in front of your house, and I just grab it. You want me to say, hey, Ryan, I found some money in front of your house, or do you want me to keep it?
Yeah, because this is my subdivision, private property. That's what I'm saying. Like, the place makes a difference.
The street is not private property in a subdivision.
It's traceable, right?
That's the city's.
My mindset is, can I trace this? That's all my thing. The wallet was the only way I was thinking about tracing it. When the wallet goes back to the original owner, and the owner doesn't say anything about that money, then we don't have a problem anymore. We got a solution.
So we're good?
Right. Yeah, we got a solution.
Okay.
The bills are paid.
So that is the only logical way you can, to me, as a Christian, say, I did my best. I took the wallet back. The person didn't say they were missing anything.
Yeah.
So we're good, I guess. I just think, wouldn't you want it to be completely free and clear? I think, here's the answer for you. If this bothers you in any kind of way, then it's wrong for you to keep it, right?
Yeah.
If it feels like a sin to you, then it is a sin. Like that's basically what it says. If you have any doubt about it being a sin, it is a sin.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're going against your heart, right?
Yeah.
So
Eric said if I find money laying on the ground in my kid's room, I'm probably gonna keep it. Put it in my pocket.
Your kids' room?
Yeah.
Dang.
Keep it
Eric. That sucks.
So I don't know. I was, like I said, I'll probably just step over it. You picking it up?
I'm picking it up, I think.
You keeping it?
I don't know. I'm trying. That's the part where it'd be like, the Holy Spirit be like, man, go get that money to the police. I guess I don't know. Well, it depends on how much my needs are at this point in time in my life.
Depends on your situation.
Yeah, the chat is hilarious.
So my situation when I was at the bank and there was a $100 bill hanging out of it, you taking that back, Ryan?
Say that again.
I posted this on social media. When I went up to the ATM, there was a $100
No, I'm not
bill.
taking that. You crazy?
Because the surveillance
and it's private property.
What if the bank was closed, like it closed down?
Still.
Why?
Private property.
No, nobody owns it. It's abandoned. An abandoned bank. Vines hanging off of it. Nobody's worked there in 10 years.
That $100 you're going to have to blow in the wind.
You're not touching
Why
it.
would that $100 be stuck there anyway?
I'm not taking anything from a bank.
The old ATMs, they would spit the money out, and it was hanging onto the corner of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything from a bank.
Even though that nobody
Not
works
a bank
there?
anymore. It's just a building.
No, I'm not taking anything from a bank. Not doing that.
Okay. So the line for him is
I'm a bank robber.
surveillance. If
I'd
somebody
be a
can
bank
see
robber
him,
at
he
that
won't
point.
do it. God can see it. You're in the field. You're in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner,
God
DJ
also
Jeremiah.
said, I put it there for you.
That's hilarious.
All right, let's try this. Let's go.
Yo, what up? Hey, listen, meet me outside. I just rented this whip. All right, I'm coming to scoop you. You know what I'm gonna do on this one? I'ma just ride. Get up in this ride. Sometimes I like to get in the ride, get in the vibe, lay back, sit back and just relax. I'm living a life, I don't need to puff. I'm still on the high. The world will say I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my God, feeling my God. I get in the ride, get in the vibe, lay back, just sit back and just relax. I'm living a life, I don't need to puff. I'm still on the high. The world will say I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my God. Pull up on a dude like me. It's Jesus time, not tomfoolery. I'm soon to be spot free, shiny just like some jewelry. Careful falling, yeah, y'all ballin', but y'all not fooling me. More chains than Slick Rick, but don't know who the ruler be. So I invite with a mic, the mic is like a tool to me. I speak good things, but depth, so gotta come up like a eulogy. We're severed and we're dead to sin, no need for medicine. Weeds for pain, but not the flame, it's like a seed of metafin. Before the cross, we couldn't get with them like residents. An ocean was between, that means it ain't no need for peddling. We're separated like Tom Brady from Edelman. But now and then we got a home like buyers after settlement. Listen to this man, better not listen to the gram. Better watch it, it'll make your eyes stress. Better not put this in the sand. Better come get up in this ride. Better come get some of this vibe. It'll be joy and it'll be peace like on the beach or sipping chai. Get in the ride, get in the vibe. Lay back, just sit back and just relax. I'm living a life, I don't need to puff. I'm still on the high. The world will say I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my God, I get in the ride, get in the vibe. Just sit back and just relax. I'm living a life, I don't need to puff. I'm still on the high. The world will say I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my God in this ride. I'm a black man when God put this black man in Christ. I was baptized then, got an ID that transcends. And now the light of Christ is shining through the black that's tint. It's beautiful to see his glory through this black man's skin. White or Latin skin, Asian for every persuasion. Christ went and grabbed that limb. The author of that plan's him. And it's a wonder how I'm comfortably living, cause as a youngster, I was doing dumb stuff, even tooting just the numb stuff. Mop was truly a dumpster, give me a F. I was a bomber, now I'm nice with the tongue, bruh. Like should've bought him a Honda, and I pull up on the spots with a steady chasing commas. And I pray grace is dropped to see this lid just like some farmers. I show you who the Lord is, lure you to the waters. Need the spirit just to hear it and to wake you like a forest. I can tell you more for sure, but due to time shortness, let me just take you to the chorus. We can just get in the ride, get in the vibe. Just sit back and just relax. I'm living a life, I don't need to puff. I'm still on the high. The world will say I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my God, I get in the ride, get in the vibe. Just sit back and just relax. I'm living a life, I don't need to puff. I'm still on the high. The world will say I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my God in this ride. Get up in this ride. Get up in this ride. Yeah. Just lay back. It's for him.
Trackstarz. Line for line. Trackstarz. Line for line. Trackstarz. Line for line. Line for line. Line for line. Trackstarz. Line for line.
To get ready for line, man. You already know what it is.
All right, back in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah was good.
All right, make sure you go to trackstarswithaz.com and check out the merch. We got some new t-shirt designs coming your way. We've been working with the team to try to come up with some new ideas. So make sure that you keep checking back periodically. Trackstarswithaz.com, all right?
All right, man. Line for line time. You know what it is, man. First off, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for watching the show. And yeah, man, it's line for line time, man. This is not the first time we've done Nas and the Ambassador. This is probably maybe the third time, maybe. We've done them before. We've done Christology versus Illmatic. We've done some other stuff too as well. So this is album for album. This is The Invitation by the Ambassador versus Nas's King Disease 3. All right. So here we go. Let's talk about it, all right? The views and opinions of the Trackstarz Universe are not the views and opinions of the artist, the label, producer, and the others. If you feel offended by this, please press stop now. If you're a person who listens to Christian artists, this ain't your cup of tea. We understand. We have some React videos, topic interviews you can go check out. We're not copying any battle formats. We've been doing this since the 2000s. The Ambassador is not the Christian version of anybody. It's just a bit, all right? So here we go. We're going to start off with Escobar Season. This is Nasty Nas. Here we go. This is called Thun. Here we go.
No beef for rivals, they playing either a title. Brothers can do anything when they decide to win a Range Rover. Dissecting bars from Takeover. Sometimes I text over like, this ain't over laughing. I had to hold it down for Queens cause I overvalue fiends. Shout to Brooklyn, all between. Hoods be overlapping, subways be stacked. And I ain't been on a train in decades and I can still hear the wheels on the tracks. Feel the beat break, serial deface for Jakes. A license to carry still ain't safe in New York State. There's still a lot of ways to manage the life expectancy average. The future of our next generation ain't.
All right, that was Nas Thun. This is the Ambassador, the Gospel. Here we go.
There's a curse, that's why no serpents walking. Hearts are hard, the spirit's word must soften. So I'm calling y'all like a hotline, cause you're all on edge like a rock climb. So I drop down, I don't see a stop sign. I see go like E on the top line of the eye chart. Why balk when I walk and see so many lines in white chalk? So I'm saying I ain't playing games. I wanna see the gospel in your mainframe. I'm talking to him, I'm talking to them. Same thing, all should repent. We're all in a sense the same game. Walk with a.
All right, that was the Ambassador, the Gospel versus Nas Thun. Who y'all going with?
I'm gonna go Nas on that.
Escobar Season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean Nas on that as well. What you got, Jerry?
As well, man. Nas, that was clean.
Nas, what you got?
I'll go with Nas too.
Nas. What y'all got online?
It looks like Nas.
Escobar Season. Nas quarter. All right, so round one is going to Nasir Jones with 1 on the board. All right, so this time we're going to start off with the Ambassador this time. This is round 2. This is called Ride and Vibe. We just saw the video.
Gotta come up like a eulogy. We're severed in, we're dead to sin. No need for medicine. Weeds for pain, but not the flame. It's like a seed of metaphor. Before the cross, we couldn't get with them like residents. An ocean was between, that means it ain't no need for peddling. We're separated like Tom Brady from Edelman. But now and then we got a home like buyers after settlement. Listen to this man, better not listen to the gram. Better watch it, it'll make your eyes stress. Better not put this in the sand. Better come get up in this ride. Better come get some of this vibe. It'll be
all right, that was Ride and Vibe by the Ambassador. This is Nas 30. Here we go.
creature. Ran through dimes, divas. I turned blocks to beaches. By the time you see us, we just turn ties even. Cuban chain got the largest pieces, but I wow for keeping it so timeless. Almost half a century with a crispy line that my peeps alarm said I remind them of Martin Lawrence breaking hearts on some real thin lines. I'm done with star chicks, I survived divorces. I ain't have to climb back, I just climbed in Porsches. I ain't have to climb back, I just climbed in Porsches. I was the ill seed, the illest one, the villainized, but I feel free in the field beat. Crazy.
All right, that was Nas 30 versus Ride and Vibe by The Ambassador. Who you guys got?
That was close. That was really close. I'm going to go Ambassador. Ambassador on that one.
Yeah, I think Nas killed that, man. That's Nas. What you got?
I'm tossing.
Toss,
Jerry.
what you got?
Toss. I was going with Ambassador. I'm going Ambassador.
All right, it's 2-1 in here. What y'all got?
Oh, Ambassador online.
Super chat for Ambassador. It's 3-1. Looks like an Ambassador win unless somebody else chimes in.
Yeah. Yeah, they took Ambassador online. So it's a 4-1 round for the Ambassador. So now the score is 1-1. We're going into round 3. All right. So we're going to start off with Nas. This time it's called Legit. Here we go.
Grown man business, COVID closed, jail visits. Stove still lit, many still on the scales with it. System failed, my in the trial hearing no bill. Eyewitness showed up and snitches. I read Jesus' diary and ran to tell the streets. No, this ain't no hype, we in the belly of the beast. All they said was I would be a felon, be deceased. Instead I'm in Margiela and Loewe with the crease. The consummate, kill them all, call the bomb squad and the SWAT for this. Got off the block for this. All my soul is for the kids.
We real quick. The last round, it was a toss. My bad. So it still go to Ambassador because it was 3-1. And if somebody did do an anonymous super chat, it's still going to the Trackstarz. Thank you very much. So that was Nas Legit. This is the Ambassador Like a King. Here we go.
Always was a god. He don't have no equals. Long before time, he don't have no prequel. Always had it locked, even with no keyhole. Jesus is the guy, y'all, without the pico. All the angels always wanna praise him. When the angels praise him, there's no moderation. Holy, holy, holy is the conversation. Hallelujah to the God of all creation. In the flesh, he would flex like he's in the fitness. Jesus was the man, give him in the business.
All right, that was an Ambassador Like a King versus Nas Legit. Who y'all going with?
I'm going to toss right there. I like both of them.
Ryan is tossing.
Toss right there.
I got Ambassador easy. I hated that Nas song. What you got?
Same. I got Ambassador easy.
What you got?
I'm going with Legit. That sample from 5 Heartbeats was legit. What y'all got online? We got online. We got online. What we got? Ambassador, like a king. He talking, my friend. Okay, that is 3-1. Ambassador took that round. So now it's a 2-1. Going into round 4. We're gonna start off with Ambassador first. This is called Say That. Here we go.
Cause the Lord took command of the flow. Jesus is dope, so we managed to post. I don't rap, so they'll hand me the dough. No, I don't know if you could tell, but word to Chappelle, man is a joke. At least compared to the lamb, if you understand that the lamb is the goat. I come through with the weighty truth. I'm like, which one of you wanna say that you raised the bar? Y'all dudes wanna raise the roof. That's cool, but the truth is Jesus will raise the stars. Bars go hard, gonna talk the cross. Cause the gospel, of course, is my main aim. When the power shows up like bang.
All right, that was the Ambassador Say That. This is Nas and the song Michael and Quincy. Here we go.
So many slaughtered, I'm numb, never mortified. All black Audemars, you claim yours was 101. We timepiece monsters, every season we be on the hunt. Jeepers, creepers, America's a baby that's teething. On itself, crying for his next feet. As odd as it gets, it's not even a toddler yet. Gang members got nothing on these congressmen. Plus Ray Liotta and James Conrad, iconic actors who are redemption for these mob guys. We easing on down the road for the third win. Who's bad is up and is stuck, feel the world win. Like young Quincy Jones stuck outside.
All right, that was Nas with Michael and Quincy. The Ambassador Say That. You okay, Jerry? You act like that was some good
gospel
food
over there. Yeah,
that was some home cooked meal.
Yeah, that was
All
a
right,
word.
Ryan, who you got?
That was a word. I'm gonna go Nas on that.
Escobar season.
I got Nas as well. What you got, Jerry?
Nas as well.
What you got?
You didn't have to ask Jerry.
I got Nas too.
That joint was like a movie.
Right now, let's see what they got online because right now it's for the zip. Nas. Nas online. All right, so now it's 2-2.
We're getting there.
Yeah, man, it's coming together. All right. We're gonna start off with Nas this time. This is called Reminisce. Here we go.
You high as me, you get highly critiqued. Hopped on a beat, purposely sounding like 9-3, none quite like me. So haters got when they bitter like black licorice, my life still sweet. I went for the cash grab, crack cash was my math class, fresh white tee. 2 diamond crosses look like a hashtag, news is fake. Never knew I soon relate to Tom Brady going for 7 in Tampa Bay. Is that crazy? I ain't never been bothered, that bothered you. You ain't born for this. Being great is too hard for you, that's a hater problem. They try to say it first what you might say about them. Why you stuck?
All right, that was Nas, Reminisce. This is Ambassador, Breathe. Here we go.
I want you to breathe like fogging up a mirror. Started with me, cause I'm fogging up a mirror. I can see faults in me, and they're grand like larceny. Jesus is king, y'all walk with me. Past the casket, all I can stand, man, that's it. Man's going to hell in a handbasket. From the can to the man that's dripped, to the pretty mama coming with a glam that's lit. TikTok in the gram, that's it. Stephen King could have planned that script. Yes, sir. We don't want to lecture. Bless us, cause we're in a famine and a desert. Breathe.
All right, that was Breathe by Ambassador versus Nas, Reminisce. Who you going with?
I'm gonna go Nas.
Escobar season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna toss that one. What you got?
I'm gonna get Ambassador for that one.
All right. It's on you, bro.
Ooh, that's interesting.
It's on
you.
I am gonna go with Nas.
Nas in the room. What y'all got? What was the sample?
For which one?
No,
I don't know.
Ooh, got an Ambassador super chat from Latrinka.
Nas took that round.
But don't they cancel out?
No,
wait, you were up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3-2.
Uh-oh.
Oh, 3-3. See?
Lachey in the clutch.
So that's a wash.
Wow.
That is a wash. Wow, that was a wash right there, bro. Okay. Wow, okay. Y'all spending that big time money. Okay. All right, so that was a 3-3 wash. This is round 6. It's 2-2 going into the round 6. Here we go. We're going to start off with the Ambassador first. This is called New Hustle. Here we go. Let's see. Okay.
It's notable how I got quotables when I am promoting this fame. I got a habit of preaching. I got a habit of teaching. Got a habit of hitting the floor when I'm in his face like I got a reaching. Light of the world, keeping us lit. Find me a pearl, he will eclipse. Got a referral, Jesus is it. Clothed in majesty, this is a robe you had to see. But he chose to tuck and switch up. He clothed humanity, then had a purple robe they tore when they tore through him. His next robe, he'll be the judge up in the courtroom. I am on a new hustle.
All right, that was New Hustle by the Ambassador. This is Nas. One mic, one gun.
I'm with 21 on my second run, with age. It's a conversation, it's determination, your interpretation. I just shot the nation. Did my tour with the Woo, I came back and I set the pace. Faith is red and what about Crips and took what I replaced it. 2 Caucasians, so part of their faces. Most of y'all assume that they was black as exploitation. They know that I see everything invested in ring. It's cool to be mainstream, I'd rather be timeless, that's if we keep it in P. 21.
That was Nas. One mic, one gun versus New Hustle.
Dang.
Who y'all going with? Round 6.
Ambassador.
All right. For me, I wasn't like a fan of either one of those, honestly, but I think Nas may have been a little bit better. So Nas, what you got?
I'm Nas as well.
What you got?
Escobar season has returned.
Wow.
I didn't like that Ambassador.
I liked it, but that other Nas at the belt.
Yeah, I didn't really care for either one, honestly.
Let's see what they're saying online. Right now is 3-1. 3-1 Nas. 3-1 Nas. Ambassador online. It's 3-2. Anybody got any extra loot they want to give?
Only super chat can help them.
Yeah.
So what's the overall?
Right now it's 2-2.
Oh, jeez. This is important. All right.
That was a watch.
Everybody close the door.
Watch round, right?
All right. 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Nope.
Nas won.
Nas got it. He took that round. So it's 3-2. Escobar season. I was close, man.
Yeah. No, it was. Yeah, I think it was close overall.
Yeah.
It was close overall. I think wasn't it Hit Boy that did most of the Nas's?
Yeah.
I think that separated him a little bit. Even the songs I didn't like, that how Nas was necessarily rapping, the music still kind of carried it.
Yeah.
So that's probably the main difference. But Ambassador is one of my all-time favorite rappers.
Yeah. Ambassador's dope, bro. He's. I remember when I first started hearing Cross Movement. I think it was House of Representatives. That's the first time I ever heard their album, and I was like, yo, they dope. But my man that's rapping that Human Superstar record is ridiculous. And then I went back to the Christian Bookstore. He had his solo album, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. You know what I mean? The Christology album. So, but yeah, man, it was good, man.
Yeah, Ambassador he was probably one of the first. He may have been the first artist I heard that was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
I was skeptical, right? Even before The Truth, Ambassador was that guy. I was like, oh, this dude can rap.
Yeah.
What was that song he had called Free?
Yeah, off the Holy Culture album.
That was so good.
I wanna be free.
Y'all can hate me for I didn't like Cross Movement.
I could tell.
But Ambassador,
yeah,
I was like, he could rap.
Why didn't you like Cross Movement?
It didn't sound good to me. Like it was like what I was saying. It confirmed my suspicions of what I was worried about to me. But Ambassador was like,
delete this draft, man. This draft email response.
You can email me, Sean at Trackstarz. But I just didn't like it.
Trick gonna be like, hey, I need to talk to y'all real quick.
I just wasn't my thing, and maybe I was prophetic.
I gotta do so much cleaning up every week of this show.
Don't take that out.
I'm definitely taking that.
Don't take that out. But Ambassador, and then when I heard The Truth, I like KJ. You know, there was people I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But man, if I would just heard the rest of them, I would have been like, may not be here right now.
But what is it about them that wasn't that? Because I thought they were dope.
I just didn't like the style of it.
So you know what my problem was? I came into, and this is just the honest truth, I came into Christian hip hop after all of that. So my first taste of it.
Please, I'm sorry, Ryan. If you just caught what Sean Tanner did, could you make that into a meme or something and send it to us? Because that was the most funniest thing.
I missed it. What'd he do?
The Bob thing he just.
But you know what I mean. I just don't like that.
So you don't like East Coast boom bap? That's what you don't like.
Of course I did.
So you like Wu-Tang?
Yeah.
They had a Wu-Tang vibe to me.
Yeah, but yeah.
Was it because they were talking about Jesus?
It wasn't as good to me.
Oh, okay.
Because every other word was Jesus,
and it was just
think that was
there's a way people do the East Coast thing that's just like it's like too much. You know, it's just too much, and I can't deal with it. I just can't deal with it. It's just me. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's not for me. It's just too much.
Scrap
Some
everything.
People are good at it. I like
orange.
meth. I liked a lot of New York people, obviously.
But you didn't like. I'm just trying to figure out like what
it's
was
just
it?
A certain style I just could not.
Okay, so maybe you know what it is. I think what it is they sounded more like for you. To me, they sounded like '90s hip hop. For you, they might sound like late '80s because you don't like late '80s hip hop.
I like Slick. I like
Slick Rick, but
yeah.
I'm saying you. Like maybe when you did that just a few minutes ago, it reminded me like Run DMC kind of vibe.
But I didn't mind Run DMC. It was just there was a certain I can't even pinpoint who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But there was a certain just style that when I hear it, I'm like, that's just
Early
not
Fat Joe
for me.
Flow Joe, you gotta flow, Joe. You gotta flow. Cause that matched your body movement of doing what you
Nah.
But I don't. You'd have to play it for me to be like, that's it.
Got you.
I
Okay.
just don't like that.
I can appreciate, old hip hop, but I don't rock with it.
Some people are good at it. Again, like there was people I loved. I liked
Big L.
Big L was amazing.
Yeah.
But he didn't sound like when I'm
Yeah.
I liked Slick. I liked.
Did you like Gangstar? Maybe Gangstar was like that. Guru and Premier. That was real New York. Yeah.
I don't remember reacting like that to them. Maybe it's just there's people who, if they did it really well, I was with it, and if they don't do it really well,
Yeah.
it comes off corny to me.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of where.
Michelle said, "Now, Sean, don't do that. You hate when people imitate Jamaican people."
It's a race thing? It's not a race. It's not a race
Yeah.
thing. When people imitate Jamaicans, they're,
Well, she
they're
from
being
up north
racist.
because she like, don't do that.
I'm sorry for all my up north people. If you love that, I mean, that's your thing. That's cool. This is not for me.
Yeah.
But you like Craig Mack? You like Craig?
I like Craig Mack. See?
Trying to figure out from like Keith Murray, Redman.
I just think it's the people who didn't do it well. I just didn't.
But I'm
like
talking about who didn't do it well from the East Coast. You got to
going
Naughty
through
by
names.
Nature.
Y'all give me names.
Naughty by Nature was fire.
Give me
I love
names in
Naughty
the
by
chat.
Nature.
Who do you think
Hometown
I'm talking
heroes.
about?
Beanie Siegel?
No, I like Beanie Siegel.
Freeway?
He's not from New York. Huh?
They
Freeway?
from Philly. They from Philly though.
I'm just
I
talking
like
about the-
Freeway. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody said Tribe. You don't like Tribe?
I like
Funk Quest?
Tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Tribe.
I
So it's
like
not.
Tribe, too.
It's the people who didn't do it well is what I'm trying to say. There's
But I'm
people
talking
who
about who
sound.
didn't do it well.
You gotta
That's
keep going through the
popular.
list. If you tell me, Kumo D, I don't know.
Mobb Deep.
I like Mobb Deep.
Did you like
Mobb
Biz
Deep.
Markie?
Capone Noriega.
I like Noriega. I like
Biz Markie?
Biz Markie. It's just funny music.
Yeah,
to me.
yeah.
It's not really serious.
You didn't like the Fat Boys though.
I don't. I didn't listen to the Fat Boys. I don't know. But they represent what I mean when people start making fun of.
But that
mumble
was
rap.
like later. That was later. That was early East Coast.
I challenged somebody.
Chuck D, the Public Enemy.
I like Chuck D.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's just the people who don't do it well that come off corny to me.
I'm trying to figure out who from the East Coast. That's popular. That's gonna be hard.
Somebody make me a playlist of who they think I'm talking about when I say that.
You know what the thing
But you
was
like
with
Big Daddy
me?
Kane and Rakim.
I like Rakim. I don't know Big Daddy Kane stuff though.
You know what the
Okay,
thing
so
was
I
for
like
me?
Rakim.
I didn't get exposed to music, like albums. I got exposed to MTV and BET. So
That
that
makes
was
sense.
what I liked. Like if you I just pulled up a
KRS One.
a Nas song. My favorite Nas
don't
song
super
is
love
If I
KRS
Rule the
One.
World.
Okay.
I
There
don't
you
super,
go.
It's not bad. I just don't super
There you
love
go.
KRS One.
So do they remind you of KRS One?
No. I don't think KRS One is bad.
Yeah, you just didn't like him.
I just was not personal favorite of him.
Got you.
But no. But he's good though. See, I could if you're good, I could deal with it. But the people who aren't good, that's when it sounds cheesy to me.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
How old were you? Because I think I started following hip hop, like for myself, buying albums when I was probably, I think ninth grade. I think that's when I started.
What year?
I was 14, I think.
So what year was it?
That would have been 96.
Late 90s.
96.
Okay.
They said
When I-
Vanilla Ice.
When I started buying.
But Vanilla Ice was
Vanilla
more
Ice
West
doesn't-
Coast.
yeah,
It
he
wasn't
doesn't
East
have
Coast. It
that
wasn't boom
sound.
bap.
No.
It wasn't boom bap. He said KRS One.
KRS One is somebody I didn't care for.
Yeah.
I don't think he was bad. It's just
Yeah.
I didn't care for him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Somebody put me put together a playlist and I'll tell you if you can nail what the sound that I'm talking about. See if you could. I'll tell you if you're right. Or not.
So,
Do
so
y'all
anybody
think-
from
do
Wu
y'all
Tang that
think-
we can name? Maybe the people from Wu Tang, like
I like
RZA.
Wu-Tang.
Talking soloists, like solo wise.
There's some I didn't like.
And Wu Tang.
Others, yeah. There's some
like
that I didn't like.
Raekwon. You like Raekwon, Ghostface. The typical
I
people.
didn't super love Ghostface.
Okay. Was his production was the reason, or his flow pattern, or whatever?
I know people love Ghostface, so they're gonna kill me. But I just I don't like it.
But
It
does
don't
that
sound good to
remind you of what Cross Movement did, or no?
No, he's not super like. But
Doesn't this kind of make sense though if your favorite rapper is 3 Stacks? Doesn't that make sense that you wouldn't be too into East Coast hip hop?
I do like East Coast hip hop. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
He just don't like a certain like style of East Coast.
It's not even it's the people a certain style and they're not good. Then it becomes silly to me.
Gotcha.
in my
But you
head.
love Talib Kweli.
Yeah, I
Mos
like
Def.
Talib Kweli. I don't like Common. He's not New York, but
Yeah.
that sound it's like a corny sound.
So it's like
that I don't like.
conscious rap that you don't really like.
No, it's not conscious rap because there's conscious rappers. I love Mos Def. He's one of my favorites, like top 10 for me. So it's just a certain style, and if you're not good, that mix just does not sit well in my ear. It just sounds corny.
He said he liked Slick Rick Michelle.
I love Slick Rick. That was one of my first rappers I heard, and I loved him. But I'm gonna challenge Damo. Damo knows what I'm talking about. I feel Damo make me a playlist. Josiah? They could probably come because they're New York guys or
like
North
I'm not
guys.
from New York.
But I think you know too. I want y'all to put together what is Sean talking about playlist, and then I'll let you know next week if you're right.
And the entertainment report. I'll say if Sean is, I'll bring this back up for the entertainment report.
I love mad up north people. That's not the problem. It's just a certain sound. And when I heard Cross Movement, it reminded me of the sound that I didn't like.
But
except for Ambassador.
Oh, you talking about? So you're not talking about their beats. You're talking about their flow
just
pattern.
Just a whole, how it hit my ear. Didn't like it.
But then how did you you didn't get KJ's first album?
No.
KJ's first album was kind of like
I think I started on collaborations.
Yeah. Because his first album was more like boom bap-ish. He had some parts in it, but it was more like what you're kind of talking about. But it was good. I liked it. So
I'm not saying you're wrong for liking it. If you're at home, you can like it if you want to. Just like Ryan don't like mad things.
Yeah,
that's fine. Yeah. It just don't.
Ryan don't care what you think either.
Just don't like it. Like when Fanatic came out as I'm Not a Christian, I was like, oh, that's sad. I had no connection to him. Yeah. I just didn't have that.
Deep down, you was like,
no. It just didn't hit me like people who were like sad, like, oh my gosh. I was just like, oh, that sucks.
I had to look him up.
Did you? Okay, so was that the same thing for Christian rappers, certain Christian rappers too? Was that same the presentation that they gave you, or was it like you're just not there yet lyrically? Or talent-wise, it's not there versus the mainstream.
You mean back then?
Like when you first discovered, you said your first discovery was Ambassador. Who was your first discovery?
I think the first two I listened to was Flame.
Flame, okay.
And KJ and Ambassador. Those were the first ones.
So them your first three, Flame. And what was your impression of Flame?
I liked Flame.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked this cover. I liked it.
Which one was the cover? The one with the boom bag or the smoke? Okay, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So then KJ collab. What did you love about KJ?
I thought it was creative. You know, I loved Eminem.
Yeah.
So it was close to that. You know.
Yeah.
So
did it make you escape Eminem, or were you like?
No.
That's never happening.
De La Soul.
Eminem burning Bible.
De La Soul. I would have to hear some stuff. I wasn't super on De, but I didn't. I don't remember having a problem with De La Soul, but they're not like my favorites.
Yeah, that's what you mean. I think if we stay in that KRS-One lane, I think that's what it is.
It's in that zone. It's in that zone where I'm talking about. That's not my favorite.
That's hilarious.
Anyway, but I challenge y'all. Make a playlist. I'll tell you if you're right or not. You in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let go!
I'm in the field with Trackstarz right now. I had a blessed time. Hopefully you guys are listening. If you're not, then you're losing.